Well, August is a perfect time for National Immunization Awareness Month because it's back to school time and because the flu season is upon us very shortly.
As you prepare your children to head back to the classroom, public health officials are urging parents to add vaccinations to the back-to-school list. Hello and welcome to CTN News Spotlight. I'm Steve Erickson. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it's important for children to be fully immunized. Diseases that can be prevented with vaccines can be very serious, even deadly, especially for infants and young children. This week, we visited with Desiree Holmquist, Supervisor of Disease Prevention and Control at Anoka County, to learn more about immunizations.
Immunizations or vaccinations are really the primary way we prevent disease, and it's always easier to prevent disease than treat disease. So what vaccinations do are they stimulate our immune system to create immunity against a particular disease, and so we prevent getting it instead of having to treat it. We start at birth. Typically they receive hepatitis B in the hospital at birth, and after that at 2 months, at 4 months, at 6 months, at 12 to 15 months, at 4 years old, prior to kindergarten, then again in 7th grade. So there's a very, strict schedule to follow to receive your childhood vaccinations. And it is recommended that that schedule's followed, so you get every vaccine on time, every time, instead of playing around with that schedule and saying, oh, I don't want my kids to have shots this time, or oh, that's too many. But really, that's the recommended schedule, and those little babies can handle all those shots.
It's not just children who need vaccinations, adults need them too, but many aren't aware of vaccines recommended for them. All adults should get an annual flu vaccine, along with a Tdap vaccine to protect against tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. Additional vaccines depend on your age, health, and other factors.
Tdap is a booster. It stands for tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. And whereas adults used to just receive a TD every 10 years, maybe that's familiar to many adults. Oh, I need my tetanus every 10 years. Now, one of those boosters needs to be a tetanus with the pertussis component, which is whooping cough.
You may recall back in 2009 with the H1N1 swine flu scare, Anoka County immunized thousands of people at mass immunization clinics. But most winters, the seasonal flu is the biggest concern. However, it is preventable.
We don't know what the strain is heading our way. We can kind of guess what it is based on what the southern hemisphere had, what viruses were circulating there, and that's how they determine what components to put into the vaccine that we will be receiving. Well, I think the most important thing you can do as flu season approaches, and if we're talking about flu vaccine, the most important thing you can do is get your flu shot. Even though there's varied evidence about the efficacy of the flu vaccine, it can vary year to year, it's still the most important thing you can do to prevent getting the flu.
This year's flu vaccine should begin arriving in the next few weeks. With the Affordable Care Act, most people are getting vaccinated at their primary health care provider, but Anoka County does host monthly immunization clinics. The next 2 clinics will take place August 27th and September 24th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Human Service Center in Blaine. Appointments are required. Just call 763-422-6970. There is a $10 fee, but no one will be turned away. Some final words of wisdom from county health officials: wash your hands, cover your cough, and stay home if you're sick. That's going to do it for this edition of CTN News Spotlight. We'll see you again next time.